Depression. What I believe that depression is that oppressed,
Depressed.
depressed.
Yes.
Somebody is pressing person down.
There is a difference between having a depression and being depressed. Having a depression, everybody feels depressed at a different time, either from a bad day or when one fails a test or exams or loss of job. Circumstances happen and the feelings disappear. But a clinical depression is different. People get to feel isolated, they feel moodiness, loss of energy, and interest in activities that one loves. They have suicide thoughts, planning, and even actualizing suicide. You're welcome to the Haleems Show. My name is Sadia Busari Afebua, and on today's episode of the Haleems Show, I have with me an amazing person who is going to be sharing with us from his amazing wealth of knowledge, Abdulwahab Aliyu. You're welcome on the show. Before we start this conversation, I'm going to be taking you to the street as usual to hear what the people there are saying.
The state or the stage at which someone is down, maybe based on one or two reasons, could be emotionally.
Yeah, somebody who is going through mental trauma, maybe emotional depression.
The focus on people with kind of related to mental illness too, but it has to deal with people that goes through trauma, like emotional trauma. So, and all that, so many people have different reasons for being depressed. Me, I think my own different reason. It's different for everybody.
Some feel tired or you get something that bothers you, you feel somehow. It makes you feel depressed, you feel somehow, you don't know what to do, you get tired.
The pressure in our lifetime define how you accumulate thoughts which are not responsible to be in your heart. The way you keep yourself, maybe by planning affairs, it can equally give you a depression by making things so much big in your hand and you are not free from your mind. When the mind is occupied and you cannot achieve what you want, the result will be a depression. You might get depression from it.
Okay. So what do you think thank you.
Depression.
Yes.
Yes.
The first way depressed.
Yes.
Okay. What is say depression mean?
Depression. What I believe that depression is that oppressed,
Depressed.
depressed.
Yes.
Somebody is pressing person down.
This misconception people have about depression, they tend to think that once somebody is depressed, if the person is supposed to feel down, fragile, or even have a suicide note in hand before they think that the person needs help. I can have an amazing family and friends, wear a makeup that is on point, a gorgeous dress, smile and hang out with my friends, but I am still depressed. Depression has no look or face. And according to research, this is not to talk down any gender, because even recently, a few days ago, there's a news about a DJ, an American DJ, who died by suicide. And then a Nollywood actor, Kule Remi, also came up to talk about how he was suicidal a few years ago. So now, according to research, they said more women are affected, but even men are also affected. But men tend to buckle up things when they have issues. And I also I support and encourage men to always speak up whenever they're having depression or have any challenges. But research says that many women are more affected. So what do you think is the rationale behind this?
Well, before we go into the deep into discussion, we, it's need for us to understand what the depression is all about.
Yes.
So the depression itself is a kind of, it's a situation where someone will just feel sad or have feelings of just anger or just, the feeling of not being what to be alive, or in fact, we just decide to see the life, in a very different, negative perspective. So there are so many reasons again that why women are more prone to depression than men, because women, the life expectancy between a man and a woman, it differs. Women live long more than men.
Okay.
So as a result of age, maybe she lost the husband maybe at a very early stage, and some women, because of the intensity or the cordiality of the relationship she had with late husband, she decided not to go into any marriage. So anytime she rekindled back on the love and other things they shared in the relationship, so it made her feel depressed. You understand? That is one. And again, secondly, the social role of a woman, which is the domestic activities at home, taking care of the children and the other,
Yes.
issues at home. So, by the time she gets tired, so before you know, so many things will start changing in her reaction, her attitude. So, and it's going to be a continual process of doing those domestic work at home. So, to get to a time that she will get rid of all these things. So if there's no support, automatically,
She gets
she
to break
can,
down.
anger can come in, feeling of sadness, feeling of being, being disenchanted with the society and community. You understand? That is that. And again, there's this, there are women that naturally, when they take in, that is when they have pregnancy. They have this issue of, there are so many things that comes to their mind. Maybe from experience that a woman from a co-fellow woman that have in the process of giving birth, she dies.
Yes.
One, you understand, or this is the complication that occurred. So she wouldn't want such kind of situation to happen to her. So that fear of not certain of what will happen will automatically make her to start, having fear. At the moment that fear, grow in her, build in her, is going to be a very serious problem. Depression will come in.
And then there's also postnatal
Yeah,
depression.
all those issues. So I think you see this depression is a phenomenon that cannot be, but there's no, you don't have single cause of depression. So there are so many series of reasons that will prompt up depression. So depending on how, both men, it's a general issue. There is no issue. It's no issue of gender. Even children, men, women, age. So and it depends on how it's, everyone understand it or see it in the larger picture. But depression from the women's side, men's side, child is all depression. And there is this family inheritance of this depression depending on their family from the first, second generation. It has been like that.
Okay.
You understand? So that is that.
Okay, there's this thing that people have. Okay, they don't get to accept or believe or even know that this thing exists. You see someone is depressed, or they tend to like maybe separate themselves, distance themselves from anybody who has mental issues. What do you think we can do to always lend a helping hand or support, or even encourage those people who have mentally um mentally depressed or depressed individuals around them, how do you think we can sensitize them to make them support or show love
To
to them?
the reality is this is a concept that people doesn't know about, and it's not like a sickness that you can use any gadget to dictate
Yeah.
or to examine exactly what is wrong. It's something, it could be physical or emotional problem. So the moment you find out that someone, because from the people who have the experience, can easily know that this person is depressed. But majority of the society doesn't know it. They just feel as if this guy is doing something that that
It's
is not
abnormal.
is abnormal, not knowing that he is passing through a lot
Yeah.
of problems that he don't just need one or two people to just seek his attention, so that maybe by the time you counsel him, by the time one come close to him, because one cannot just sit on his own and decide to be isolated. You understand? There are reasons, but he cannot speak out. That is why he, isolate himself from the society. Then, what is the responsibility of the society now? The moment they discover, by the time they are aware that this is because they need to understand the depression itself in the different form, it appears. So by so doing, they can easily detect and provide solution to the problem. You understand? By providing, maybe if it means someone who is familiar to the person, going close to him, interacting with him, forcing him, into doing one or two things that will make him gear up, that will make him fit among the society. It's most of people felt until when you are wearing tattered clothes, when you are, wearing bushy hair, were walking barefooted, that is when they will confirm that this guy is depressed. You will get this thing.
Yes, yes.
So, and this stigmatization in the society, that the moment we discover someone with a little ailment, now before you know, we get to give him another different name. You understand? By maybe mostly children mocking him. The more they are mocking him, the more he will start the sickness in him.
Gets
It
deeper,
will go deeper,
getting
getting
worse.
increased more and more. So, is they need to employ the services of all these people who are experts in this aspect. Maybe by educating people. It's a general phenomenon. It affects everybody, virtually in fact, virtually everybody in the society has his way of, having depression. It depends on the ability. You understand that? And the solutions on ground that enable you to, some women, depending on the family get married to, if you happen to go into a family that is not an understanding family, so the tension and pressure should pass through that family. Again, is another symptom of she stands the chance of having this
Oppression.
depression. You understand?
Yes.
And that is that. And you see, a woman, she really needs a caring person as a husband. She needs someone that she can rely on, depend on. So the moment she discovered that those factors are not there, so believe me, she will start feeling bad, because what made her to fall into that relationship are for these reasons. And now she's in the marriage, those things are not really are not realistic. So what do you think will happen? She'll start back home. So either when the husband, when they are having any discussion, a little discussion turn it into a confrontation. So before you know, problem everywhere in the family. a situation whereby children who comes from polygamous family, they stand the chance of having depression because of the series of issues attached to polygamous home. That even though the children are not sensible enough to understand what is happening, the parent, most particularly the mother, she really wants her own child to be on her own side. She, she will let him know what is happening, let her know what is happening or what had happened.
Okay.
So now it depends on what has been presented to the child,
Okay.
and it's within his own rights to have different, thought or interpretation toward what the problem is all about within the family setting. So, as time goes on, when this issue continue, definitely the children become sad, become disenchanted from the family. They will feel neglected. In fact, they will even start regretting why did the mother end up marrying such kind of father, which is not supposed to be,
Yes.
to be like that. And women are the one that suffered in this regard
Yes.
because the man has many options.
Otherwise, yes.
You understand? By the time this one, Mrs. A, provoke him, you understand? You can move to Mrs. B. For the children, I think divorce, separation between the parent will be one of the reasons.
Okay.
And the social role that the parents play toward the children, is among the issue of depression is a very serious issue that the society need to take very serious. Since it's something that affect everyone in the society. So the, the government and the community have to come in this regard. Government need to, provide policies by establishing a kind of therapy center, having a consultant guidance and counseling, and other and what have you, and educating and sensitizing people to know what is all about depression and the medication and on how to handle it, and how to discover. You understand? People who have to study, monitor.
Okay.
How to support the people who have by providing good health, good food, healthy food for the people. You understand?
Yes.
Going for all these social activities, which especially like sports, music, and gathering, being in the midst of people.
Yes.
By the time you be in the midst of in the company of people, at least you get together with them up until maybe when you leave here, you continue from. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. There you have it. Depression is a very huge topic. If we want to keep talking, we'll talk till tomorrow and we'll not even exhaust the topic. Thank you for coming. Welcome back. Now we have heard from the people on the streets and our guest. Depression is a very serious illness. It is a huge topic. We can go on and on and on about it. We can keep talking about it tomorrow without even exhausting this topic. Depression is a serious illness. You see people go about their business. You see people go about their jobs. You ask them how they are doing and they say, I'm fine. It's not always like that. You see that on the outside, you don't know the darkness inside. Please, for those who are hurting, seek help. Treatment is different for each person. Do not dismiss someone who is hurting. You have no idea what a kind word or smirk could mean to someone who is hurting. Let's stop the stigma, let's stop judging, and make everywhere a safe place for all. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I'll see you again in the next video. Please, if you are yet to subscribe, kindly do that right away. And if you like what you did today, hit a thumbs up, comment. Let's hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts? Share it in the comment section. Share this video as well. Please follow me on my social media handles on Instagram and Facebook. It is at Sadia Abusari Afebra. I'll see you again next time. Bye.